my name is Konge Sanya and welcome to my channel, guys. I've been wanting to start a channel for a little while now, and I've just never got round to it. I think I wanted to start one from like 2010. I remember when I was in uni, I used to film little short clips. I'd be like, I want to put this on YouTube, but it never manifested into anything. I just left it there. But so this time, this is going on. You guys will be watching this. I am going to put this live. But yeah, so thanks for joining me. Feel free to subscribe, and as you join me on this new journey, I'm actually really excited to be able to have my own little outlet. Some of you may already know it, I'm already on YouTube, but as a vlog channel with my hubby. But this is actually just a channel that the topics that I'm interested in and being able to share with you guys. And if you can even impact 1 or 2 people, then like that's gonna make me super happy. So yeah, so I just I'm really excited. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm a bit nervous. Like I'm like, oh, thinking, oh, I was like fussing about whether to wear this jumper, like, oh, how are you gonna perceive me? Should I wear something else? Anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go right straight into my first video. And this video is basically, as you can tell from the title, all about saving. So recently, about 4 months ago, myself and my husband, we purchased a house. And during that process, so when I was saving for the house and stuff, I just thought, after coming out of that experience, I've got a few tips that I'd like to share about saving and just be able to just talk about this topic, and hopefully you can learn 1 or 2 things from it. So this is 5 tips on saving, on how to start saving. It's like a beginner's guide, how to get saving, how to start. And I know people kind of can say, oh, just do it, just save, but I think there's more to it. To actually be able to stick with it and actually be able to achieve a goal. I think it does take a bit of effort, it does take a little bit of like knowing what to do, really. So if you've ever wondered, oh, how do people save, how do I begin to save, like, then this video is for you. So yeah, my first tip, number 1, is know what it is that you're saving for. So have a purpose for your savings. So basically, it could be, like for me, it was a house, or for you, it could be anything. It could be a car, it could be you want to buy a camera, a certain camera, a laptop, whatever it is that you fancy, that you really want to save up for. It could be a holiday, it could be anything. Like maybe you want to treat your parents to something. Whatever it is that you love to save up for, and you've been thinking, oh, I would love to save for that, I'd love to be able to achieve that, I'd love to do that, but you've just not got around to saving, and the thought of saving just kind of seems a bit like daunting, then I'm here to share some tips that will make it a bit easier. But yeah, so the first tip is like, just know what it is, know what it is. So hopefully, and grab a piece of paper, a notebook. If you use your phone, like make some notes, but literally at the top of, like, and then when you actually get around to doing this, just my tip is kind of get practical with it. Like, this is just get practical, get straight right into it and be practical about it. So write down at the top of your paper, whatever it is, what it is that you're saving for, and then the rest of the bits that I'm going to talk about. So yes, once you know what you're saving for, it kind of, I think it's really important, because if you're just saving for the sake of saving and you don't know what you're going to do with it, what's your plan for the money, it's very easy to kind of get distracted and spend the money on something else. But once you know what it is, like what your goal is, it makes it so much easier and you can stick to it a little bit more. So just know what it is that you want, don't digress from it, and then also know how much that thing costs. Like, that is so important. So say for a house, if you save for a house, then you could try to see if you're doing what deposit is it. So how much is that deposit? So if you're doing a 5% deposit, 10% deposit, 20% deposit, whatever it is you're putting down, whatever your down payment is on that property, then you need to sort of decide, okay, this is now equivalent to, let's say, £10,000. I need to save £10,000. Or if it's a car, it's £10,000 and I need to save £10,000. So you just know the value of what you're saving for and how much it's going to cost you. And then, so write that down and have that as a mental note in your head as well. And then tip number 2 is know when you need it for. So this is quite important. You kind of need to figure that out, really, because it kind of helps with the planning. So so for instance, for me, when I was buying my house, it was a case of, okay, I want to buy a house within 2 years, so I've got 2 years to save up for this property. And so yours could be more, so if you need sooner, so you might need a camera by Christmas. So you're like, okay, I want to buy a camera by Christmas, and you know, okay, so that's it. So know when you need it for, because it really helps with the next part. Okay, so the third tip is strategy. So strategy, by that I mean sort of, this is why it all comes together. So you know what it is you're saving for, how much you need, and sort of roughly when you need it for. So not even roughly, you kind of pinpointed it to when you want it. So you know all of this, and then now you need to kind of come up with a strategy. So you might decide to save like to say a certain percentage of your income. So I personally work with percentages when it comes to finances. So if you imagine all the money that's coming into you every single month or week, so if you imagine that, and you as 100% income, and then from that income you kind of break it down. So you've got all your expenses, savings, any giving that you do, you've got all of those bits. So you kind of allocate percentages to all of those little bits. So you could say, okay, I'm going to save 20% of my income, and if that's a bit too much, then not to worry, just do 5%, 2%. The point is to just get started, really. So yeah, I like to work at percentages. So I would recommend like sort of figuring out a percentage that you save every month towards getting you to that goal of your the sum that you need. And if you do want to find out more about the percentages that I personally use from when I was buying this property, then you could actually find out more about that in my book. Yes, I do have a book. I just realized you guys might not know, but yeah, I've got a book, and it's all about how to make sure you buy your first property in your 20s. So I will link it below, and find out more about how I did it. But generally anyway, I would recommend sort of figuring out a percentage that works best for you, and then starting with that. And then also, as part of your strategy, figure out how frequently you're going to save. Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it fortnightly? You know, is it every few months? Like, you've got to sort of work all those bits out, and then you can kind of get into a schedule, and you're likely to keep up with it, as opposed to just leaving it in the air, because then you'd be like, oh, I'll do it next week, oh, I'll do it next month, and then it's just, before you know it, a few months have gone by and you've not saved anything. So you don't want to get into that kind of position. So it's just best to kind of write all that down and have it all in your head, like what your strategy is. So what percentages, like how you're working out, if you're doing percentage split of your finances, if you're just doing a chunk. So if you're just saying, I want to do £50 a month, whatever it is that you're doing, but figuring that out, how frequently you're going to save, and working all those little bits out as well. Also, as part of your strategy, you could decide to automate your savings. So I would highly recommend that, actually. So by this I mean, if you get paid, say for instance on the 20th of every month, then you set up with your bank for that money to go into. So if you have a separate account for your savings and the money, and a separate account from where you get paid into, and you can get this organized with your bank, set up some sort of like direct debit, and basically every single time you get paid, so if you get paid on the 20th, then you would make sure that on that exact date the money would go from your current account into the saving account automatically. So you don't have to bother doing it, and you won't have to like spend it before you realize to save. So number 4 is get creative in gathering funds. So by this I mean, obviously you know what you need to save, how much you want to save, and you've got your strategy, right? I guess in that you need some sort of income, you need money to be able to save money. So get creative in ways of gathering these funds. As I said, you could be able, from your money that's coming in monthly or weekly or whatever it is, maybe from that you could definitely save 5%, let's say, but then you feel like 5% will not allow you to reach your goal for the deadline that you've set. So then obviously this is where it comes in to kind of getting a bit more creative and finding ways that you can actually cut down on your costs and or increase your income somehow. So this is where you find out what your skills, your goals, what you're good at, and see if you could make some money from that. And also some great ways as well is if you have got lots of stuff just lying around, like loads of clothes, loads of shoes, things that you don't use anymore, things that you don't wear, or things like that, then a good thing to do would be sort of get on Depop, get on eBay and sell them off, make some money, and all that money can go into your savings. If you find other things that you can do, sort of like a side hustle almost, and it doesn't take away from your day-to-day stuff, then basically you could use that. So all the money that's coming in from like what you're doing on the side, you could save all of that into your little saving pot, and obviously that's growing your savings a lot quicker. So that's definitely an option as well. And also just finding really ways, just get creative really, find ways that you could just get more money into that saving account, get more money saved up and stacked away. And yes, I may be getting creative with being a bit frugal. And the final point for this video is to be disciplined. So yeah, I feel like it's you could sort of have an idea in your mind, have all your number 1 to 4 kind of set out, and you've got all these ideas and you know exactly what it is that you want to work towards. But I feel like if it can be quite challenging if you're not disciplined, because it's really hard. I mean, saving itself, I feel like it will get easier, but I mean discipline is very critical to this, because you don't want to give up halfway through. It's about finishing your race, it's about getting to that goal. If you said you want to get something done by Christmas, it's about getting to Christmas and being able to actually purchase that thing or do that thing. So it's really about attaining that goal. So discipline is kind of crucial to this. And if you think about it, saving is a lot of like delayed gratification, because right now you could probably be doing something else with that money. You know, you could get a credit card out, or you could get a loan to get that, but then you're saying, actually, I'm going to pay for this myself. I'm going to work towards something great for myself and pay for it myself. And it gives that satisfying feeling. You're like, actually, I did this myself. It is a satisfying feeling. So definitely just kind of keep your sight on the end goal, and as you kind of work through it, just stay disciplined. Like, it's so crucial to stay disciplined. Be disciplined in that, and I think that's why it helps to kind of make sure you do the steps 1 to 4. Once you have your strategy written out, once you know exactly what you need to do, it kind of helps you keep on top of everything and you don't get sidetracked. And also as well, just to add, whatever you can do, even if it's just £5 a month, just do it. Just make a start, and look forward to the thing that you want to save for, and just make a start. And also guys, if you've got, so yeah, go ahead, make a start and just embrace the whole process. And if you've got any questions for me whatsoever, if there's anything you'd like me to talk you through, anything that you felt you'd like me to expand on, just literally feel free to send me a message and I can talk to you about that. So you could obviously find me on Instagram, Snapchat, and I'll reply to you, or just a comment down below and I will reply to you if you've got any questions on this topic. But yeah, that's basically it. All the best with saving, and hopefully you can achieve all your goals. So yes guys, thanks again for watching, and I shall see you in my next video next Sunday. And don't forget please to subscribe, and also guys, so I know if you like this kind of content, I know it's my first video, but just thumbs up, give it a thumbs up so I kind of get to know, because I know not, and you might not want to comment maybe, but just a thumbs up to kind of let me know how I'm doing and what you think, and also subscribe. Yeah, if you wonder what my channel is going to be about, then things I'm interested in, so finances, property, interior, fashion, and all of that, it's going to be all on this channel. So stay tuned, and thank you so much once again for watching, and yeah, see you in my next video.